Okay, so something that I can't remember if I've done a video on my YouTube channel about this or not. It might be in there as like a little snippet of information of one of the videos that I've got there, but I just it just keeps on getting reaffirmed to me. Okay, so there's lots of people out there, lots of services that do show you how to find and buy expired domains. So domains that used to be around, they've now got some power to them, and then for whatever reason somebody's let them drop off. Okay, so this video I'm going to talk about very briefly, because it only needs to be brief, all of these services that rebuild these websites from the Wayback Machine. Okay, lots of services out there. Just Google it if you want. There's other services that actually come with so they go out and find and scrape all these expired domains, and then they actually have a reanimator part to them that will reanimate from the Wayback Machine. The Wayback Machine, if you don't know what the Wayback Machine is, it's basically an internet archive, and they take full captures of websites over time. Okay, so you can find an expired domain and basically rebuild it from the Wayback Machine. And then, so what people are teaching is that then you go in and you add in your link. So usually from the home page, but if there's an inner page that's really, really powerful, then you can go and put your link on that page. So I don't know, I've been buying expired domains for a very long time. Very long time. A lot before people were talking about it and it was the next big thing, right? And I used to just get them rebuilt, or just literally just take the content. Sometimes use a WordPress blog, but just copy and paste the content from the old site to the new site and then stick my link in. Stick my link in with a little bit of text around it that was related to my niche subject, so at least it was it was thematically, it was relevant within the sentence or the paragraph that the link was put within, for the relevancy. So 3 years ago, I don't know when, but a long time ago, I started just, instead of, so wherever I was going to put my link, that page, the whole written content was changed. Okay, and I have noticed that when I've been lazy and I've just thrown in a little bit of a link on a expired domain, but I've just left all the content the same, maybe just done a sentence to make it a little bit more relevant around my link, I have noticed that where I've totally rewritten the whole page that my link's going on, compared to just a rebuild with just the link in, that rewritten content, expired domain is passing more juice, or it's having better results on my rankings than just the rebuild with sticking my link in. And the reason I started doing it a little bit differently 3 years ago was, probably longer than that now, goodness gracious me. It's 5 or 6 years ago, because it was when the first Panda came out, which was beginning of 2011 or something. So yeah, 5 years, nearly 5 years to the day probably. 6 years, it's 2017. My God, come on, Brian, get with it. Yeah, God, I blink and I'm losing time. Anyway, so I thought to myself, you know what? Using all these expired domains I'm not overly fan of. I prefer to buy auction domains, but the expired domains are, they're not as powerful. Okay, mostly because all the really powerful ones have gone to auction and somebody's bought them. Okay, so I've done all that. Excuse me if you can hear all the children and stuff in the background. So the reason I actually decided to rewrite the whole content is because I was thinking, you know what? If you're just sticking a link in there, or just a little tiny bit of a sentence, that's going to say to Google, it's a kind of a red flag. It's like, oh, there's just this new little bit of content being stuck in with a link. Are we going to trust it so much? Especially when it's just a link, right? But Google really takes notice. I believe, and this is just a mental thing, right? Do what you want. I'm just telling you what some things that I've found out that, over the years, and I don't really see anybody else talking about it. So I like to, when loads of people are talking about the same stuff, well, what's the point of me just regurgitating what other people are saying? Unless I've got something else to add to it. Okay, like I've said with the drop domains and all that kind of stuff. If you follow me on YouTube, when it can be the same page and then brand new content, obviously around the same subject, but brand new content, it then makes sense that there's a different link linking out to somewhere else from that page, rather than a link just being stuck in on the page. Yeah, I'm all about like the make sense tests. If I was Google, what would I be looking out for? What things would I make trigger a manual review and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's it really. Okay. So yeah, just keep on buying your expireds, but play around with just totally changing that whole the whole content. Even the images, right? I don't think you have to change the images, to be honest. Maybe flip them, make them unique, make them black and white, pull the color out a little bit. All the little, tilt it a little bit. So flip it, tilt it a little bit to make it unique, like I showed on that YouTube video last week or something. All right. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, maybe you're watching it on my Facebook page or something. If you're not following me on YouTube, I am the SEO geek. Okay, go and follow me, because I'll just stick a video on there and I don't email it out to my list or anything. And then I've had people come back to me going, "Oh, I found this video on your channel from 6 months ago. God, I could have done with that 6 months ago. Why didn't you email it out?" And it's all about where you are at the time, and and then you get. I'm running my own business and I get busy as well. So if you're following me on everything that you can follow me on, then you'll catch little bits here and there from the other social platforms. All right, okay. Have a lovely weekend. It is Saturday. I'm going to go and maybe think about taking my family out for a late dinner. Don't know. Okay. All right. Cheers then. Bye bye.